my impulse is to fixate on the things that I don't like this awful blue-gray wall color.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
So I painted my apartment. I think it's kind of Beyonce's fault for introducing me to a #NotSpawn aesthetic millennial paint brand that would mail me paint instead of, trying to figure out how Home Depot works. But it's probably more that I just really needed something I could control. Like, I moved in here 3 years ago into a dingy blue-gray box that clearly had not been painted between tenants. And I was like, whatever, fine, I'm only here to sleep anyway. I pretended like it didn't bother me. But then, just trying not to worry so much about, systemic inequality, I started to notice the uneven paint job and the billion nail holes, the chipping door frames. And I needed to feel at least one problem was solvable. I eased in by patching up several dozen nail holes with spackle, but that just made it all the more apparent that I had to just overhaul the whole thing. So I ordered my paint online. It showed up on a Thursday, and I had planned to paint all day on Saturday, but then Friday night I started prepping and I got all my furniture into the middle of the room and got my drop cloths down, and I got a little overeager. All right, I look a mess. I have my apartment done. This half's not done. That half's done. 'Cause I'm a silly, and I was supposed to start this tomorrow, but I got excited and I started it today. I am going to wash up and go to bed and do the other half tomorrow. Why am I like this? So originally, when I moved in here, I looked up what it would cost to hire a painter, and it was $700 for this one room, and I was like, well, never mind. Yeah, I get it now. I was not good at painting. It was messy, it was difficult, I was not fully prepared for it. I should have had more drop cloths, and within 15 minutes of starting, I accidentally stuck the foot of my stepladder into the tray of paint, so I had to rubber band a little plastic bag over it like a failure boot. Also, once you're all painty, it makes it really hard to eat food or drink water, so I just didn't. Yeah. I started to work my way around the room with these noodle arms determined, and I put the first coat on too thin, so I had to do 3 coats instead of 2. And everything took twice as long as I figured it would, and I had to keep moving my drop cloths back and forth from one wall to another. Trust me, get more drop cloths than you think you need. So that by just after midnight, I'd only painted 2 of the walls, with some patchy spots that I would still need to fix the next day. And I collapsed into bed with paint still in my hair and on my elbow for some reason, to try again tomorrow. I woke up early, and I went and picked up a strawberry biscuit, and I drank some water, and I got to work. This time though, I had it a little bit more together. I was able to push my furniture back against the finished walls and have a little bit more room to move around, and I had another drop cloth to work with because of that. The answer is always more drop cloths. And I'd figured out how to hold the brushes and rollers to minimize the strain on my shoulders. The second half of the room was done in 4 hours instead of 6. And I had the rest of the day to lay down for a bit and then clean everything up. By Sunday, I already had my art back on the walls. I get that it's just white paint and that's kind of boring, but it feels really bright in here now, and my landlord said that I won't have to paint it back when I want to move out, and #minimalism. I really love it. It was just nice, the feeling of being in one place long enough to paint. Permanence and stability are totally fake, but why not make the place that you're in as comfortable as possible, even if you'll only be there for 1 year or 1 month or 1 week? Why not do it to prove to yourself that you can do a thing that you weren't sure you were capable of? I mean, part of loving an imperfect place is putting in the sweat to make it better. But I also learned that just because you can do something alone doesn't mean it's the smartest way. Sure, if you're painting your apartment in a pandemic, there's not a whole lot of other options, but, the bigger thing. That one we're not going to muscle through on pure sweat and nerve just because we want the feeling of control now rather than later. That's why we have collective action and mutual aid, links in the description. Because all of our culture's stubborn independence, it may only take us as far as our own 4 freshly painted walls. In the comments, tell me about one thing inside your home that you would like to change and one thing outside of it. And let's see where we might be able to work together. If you like this video, you can click on the little notification bell to find out when I make new ones, or you can join the Radish Collective, my Patreon community, to support me in making more of them. All right, I will see you soon. Bye.